Which is the best Dragon Ball film? Not C, but the original tale of a boy on his search for the Dragon Balls. The appeal of these films comes down to its light-hearted characters, kung fu comedy, and grand adventure. Less world-conquering super showdowns and more mythical treasure hunts, leading us into movie 1, Curse of the Blood Rubies, a loose retelling of the first arc that really nails down the appeal of Dragon Ball, and has much tighter animation, occasionally falling into this atmospheric and unsettling tone. It's perfect for newcomers, short, simple, and sweet, for the most part. Although if you're already a fan, there's not much here that you haven't seen before. I mean, there's a couple of fun little action scenes, and Yamcha gets more of a spotlight than usual. But if we're talking about redundancy, look no further than movie 2, Sleeping Princess in Devil's Castle. While it takes a more gothic approach to the second arc, it doesn't do anything but make it worse. With its patchy pacing and overall dumb storyline, blowing up the sun, what the fuck is that? You could say it tried something new, but it doesn't work, and the characters don't get to bounce off each other. It's boring. Its best scenes are in the first 10 minutes, and they're ripped from the show, so you might as well go watch that instead. Come on. It's just an uninspired rehash for the most part, which is too bad because the plot did have potential. Goku and his friends versus creatures of the night. It's a great setup, and it could have been something akin to One Piece's Thriller Bark arc. So it's a shame that the follow-up, Mythic Adventures, plays it so safe, not building on top of what movie 2 tried. It returns to this retelling format, this time with the Red Ribbon Army with sprinkles of a 20-second tournament thrown in. There's some impressive backgrounds, and it's bursting with fight scenes, so much so the plot points crash into each other. The third arc is nothing but jumping between manga moments. You go from the tournament, to Koron's Tower, to the Penguin Village, to the death of Tao, in a matter of minutes, making little sense in the process. And yeah, while the film does have its moments, I wouldn't say it's anything standout. On the other hand, movie 4, Path of Power, is something to see, with the best animation in any of these films, and perhaps of the whole Dragon Ball franchise. The only problem is we're back to retelling the story of the first arc, if more so a Elseworld version of it. Movie 4 has the longest runtime, so it gets the most time to flesh out its world, doing some of the most incredible things with the source material. The style looks more grounded and shiny, akin to Dragon Ball GT. While using its stellar direction, it's able to surpass even some of the original show's moments. But at the same time, there's story and pacing problems. The power scaling of Goku is nuts, from the jumping kung fu boy to the typhoon of literal godlike power. And some of the characters like Eita needed more development, even if they were used effectively in the ending, which was a spectacular scene. Ultimately, while the film looks great and striking with its color palette and has top quality production values, with those crazy Toriyama designs we will love to see, it's a film mainly for the fans. So this is the crossroad between two different adaptations of the first arc. I mean, I'd like to say movie 1 is tighter, but movie 4's scale and animation are on a level of its own. So it's apples and oranges. Would you prefer the quicker fun of Curse of the Blood Rubies, or something longer, maybe a little dragging, and emotional, or at least trying to be? I mean, gun to my head, I'd probably go for movie 1. It's a better entry point to the franchise, I'd say. The question is, how do you like your Dragon Ball? And to me, I prefer watching the original show, which is what I want to talk about next time, as I delve into why you should watch Dragon Ball 1986. And I'll see you then. Cheers.